When it comes to date night food, the beef short rib is one of the best that you can put in front of that special someone. I'm going to show you how to make one that is super tender, absolutely flavor packed and melts in the mouth, cooked in a beautiful red wine and beef stock sauce. So let's get making a beautiful beef short rib so you can make it for that special someone. Now I'm using grass-fed beef short ribs. These are expensive, 25 bucks for 3 of them. Look at all that intermuscular fat. You need about 10 to 15 really for this recipe, but I'm not going to use that many because I don't want to spend 150 bucks. So I've got a kilo of chuck roast as well. I'll use that in a different video, as well as this one. This is the veg you need. Very easy. Get about 3 or 4 shallots, top tail them, cut them in half and peel them. That's it. We're not going to chop them up or anything crazy. Then get about 2 and a bit sticks of celery, roughly chop that up. Nothing crazy so far. And then we're going to use a whole head of garlic. Cut that in half. Don't even need to peel it. And then we've got a carrot, we're just going to peel it, top tail it, and then cut that into chunks. And that is the base of the vegetables that we need for this braise. We're going to put in a good sprig of thyme, some parsley stalks, and a couple of bay leaves because it's nice. Now we're going to set that aside and we are going to season all of the meat with plenty of salt and pepper on all sides. Make sure you rub it in quite nicely. Now for the chuck roast, I'm just going to cut this into like big steak pieces and braise them whole. It's much easier to get good browning when they're big pieces of meat like this. Make sure you mop up all of that seasoning. Right, after you've cleaned your board, bit of seasoned flour and generously coat each piece of meat in there until it looks like this. Tap off the excess. Once all the meat is covered in flour, we're going to start to brown it off in a heavy pot. Get some nice olive oil. We don't want to go too crazy with the heat. We want a nice sizzle and stir. Now, when it comes to browning, a lot of people tell you just to leave it there. Don't worry, you don't have to do that. Move it around the pan, add more fat as you go. This is gentle browning and using all the different heat spots of the pan. This way we don't burn anything and we don't have crazy fond at the bottom, which is bitter. So look at that. That is a beautiful, nice browning color that we can keep on developing. Make sure you do the sides of these short ribs as well. Now, the short rib is going to have a completely different texture because of all the intermuscular fat and collagen. So you get to taste a couple of different textures from the same animal. Quite interesting. Now we're done browning everything. Look at the bottom of the pan. There's no burnt fond whatsoever because we did a gentle browning. Add a bit more oil, add in all your veg. Give this a little mix around with a couple of star anise. That gives a nice meaty back note. Thank you for that, Heston. Keep that mixing around, and here's a secret. Add a nice little squeeze of anchovy paste. Optional, but I recommend it. Gives lots of umami. Okay, once you've done that, get a nice drinking bottle of red wine. Bang that whole bottle in. Yes, not even a little taste this time. A nice bit of pepper, a nice bit of salt, and we're going to need a liter of good quality beef stock, preferably homemade, but you can get some pretty good ones these days. Don't put it all in just yet. Put about 3/4 of it in and then start putting your meat back in. Once all the meat is in and you know how much room you've got left in that pan, then add the rest of that stock. Bring it up to the boil, skim off the scum as you go. We're going to put on a cartouche, shout out to the Fallow Boys and the Cartouche Cartel, and then we're going to get a lid on this, get it in the oven, bake it at 275 Fahrenheit or 135 C, I think, for about 3 to 4 hours. This is a very slow braise. This is what you want. After about, I think I did this just coming up to 4 hours, I'm going to take this out, take a look, take off the cartouche. Let's have a look what's underneath. Oh yeah. Look how much liquid is left and look at that lovely short rib. Look how she jiggle. Ooh, very nice. And this is a piece of the chuck roast. It is tender as, look at that, just pulls apart. Very nice indeed. Now we're going to put the meat separate into a different container and I'm going to strain all this liquid through a sieve into a different container. Just tap it through gently. We don't want too much of that sediment to come through. Have a little taste. Very nice indeed. And this is an optional step, but I'm going to put all that braising liquid over the meat. This helps the meat stay nice and moist and it absorbs all the flavors of that braise. Put it in a smaller container like this because it forces all the liquid together. Okay, the next day you can see all that fat has come to the top of the surface. We're going to take off the fat and discard it. We're going to take out the meat pieces into a separate container, set those aside. We're going to strain that braising liquid and then we're going to reduce it and refine it on the stove. Don't force any sediment through. Okay, you can see there's a lot of liquid there. Get this onto the stove. Nice bit of pepper I like to add at this stage and some red wine vinegar. Well, you can use lemon juice too. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of beurre manier. That's just equal quantities of butter and flour mixed together. This is going to help thicken and emulsify the sauce. Whisk that in, skim off the scum as we go, and we're going to start to reduce this. After about 5 minutes, put your meat pieces that you want to serve in a separate pot. Take out a ladle or 2 of that stock. Put a lid on it and gently keep it ticking on and that will rehydrate the meat quite nicely. Now I've reduced this, you see, quite aggressively all the way down by about 75%. Look at the gloss and the sheen and how velvety and mirror-like this beautiful sauce is. Oh yeah. Now this is coating the back of the spoon quite nicely. At this stage, add some butter, gently swirl the pan around until it all kind of emulsifies and gives an extra shine. Look at that, you can see a face in that sauce. Oh. Now, you can serve your short rib on the bone like that if it still stayed on, or you can trim it up. I'm going to trim this one up a little bit. I'm going to put a bit of cauliflower puree on the base. I've done this before, just cauliflower milk. Give it a go blitz up. I've got a full video of this on the channel. Add some of that as your base. Very nice. Look at the color of it. Give it a nice little swirly. Get on a lovely short rib and then put over that gorgeous, sexy jus all over the top. Look at the shine of it. Give yourself a little pat on the back and admire this beautiful short rib that you have made, my friends, with a jus to die for. Cannot wait to get stuck into this. Okay, let's give it a taste. Look at how the short rib just pulls apart effortlessly. That is the beauty of all that collagen and intermuscular fat. Oh, I love a short rib. So you can just see how tender that is. Cheers. If you put that in front of somebody and they don't love you, or at least don't give you a snog, then there's something wrong with that person, because this is unbelievable. Banging short rib. It goes so well with that cauliflower puree because it's nice and earthy, so it complements the beef really well. Right, my friends, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.